Let's talk about the court cards with tarot. So those of you who don't know, the court cards represent the people in tarot. This is not going to apply to the major arcana. This is going to represent the pages, knights, queens, and wands of tarot. Now, I find a lot of times with the court cards, people don't know how to interpret them. And that's where I come in to help you interpret the cards for yourself. So the way that I look at the pages is you want to remember it as if they are the page turners. They are the ones where their story has not been written yet. They are the ones who are always learning, always discovering. So if a page comes up in your tarot reading, is represent an archetype of a beginning. In a way, they are the fool of their own suit because they are the ones who are starting out on this new journey for them. And so while they have some knowledge from the numerological cards that came before them, there's still a lot left for them to learn and a lot for them to step up to the plate with. They have a lot of potential. And so pages represent the potential of the person. Now, the knight energy represents the archetype of the knights. And knights, if we think about them, they are very brash, they are very bold, they have a lot of courage, but sometimes they're more brawn than they are brain. They can rush into situations and try to defend themselves with their fist rather than their minds. And if we apply the same knowledge to the knights in tarot, they typically represent an archetype where they are headstrong and head first, and they dive into things without really fully thinking them through. They can become very stubborn with their goals. They can become one-track minded, where their one focus is on their goal and they don't allow distractions or other opinions to take them off their course. So the knight is going to be a very determined energy. It's a very focused energy. And so if you think about the royal system, the queen is one step away from the king. They just are not allowed to have the same power. And if we take that to tarot, the queen is someone where she has really evolved from the page, from the knight, and now she is the queen. She has a lot of the answers, a lot of the insights. She has learned from her previous experiences. They just don't have as much power as the kings. And so the kings, like the queens, have a lot of knowledge. They have a lot of wisdom. But the king has more power and influence in order to display that. The kings in tarot represent the final archetype of a person, someone who has reached complete power within themselves. And so they represent the best of that suit. And with that comes both the good and the negative. The kings represent the influence. The kings represent the success. The kings represent the people who have attention on them. So the queen energy can be a little bit more of the behind the scenes energy. The queen's power is going to be hidden. It's not going to be seen by all, versus the king's power is going to be noticed. Now when the court cards appear in your readings, you're going to know the difference between them and how to interpret them.